In a small antique shop in Port Moresby, a bronze bell sits quietly on a shelf, its cobra-shaped handle hinting at South Indian origins. Most see it as an exotic trinket, but for those who know, it's a relic from a distant world. Tamil Nadu, perhaps. How did it end up here, so far from any Hindu temple or festival? The shopkeeper shrugs. It's always been there, a silent question in a city of many cultures. Papua New Guinea is a land of immense diversity, hundreds of languages, deep tribal roots, and a strong Christian presence. In this tapestry, Hinduism is almost invisible. No temples, no festivals, no community, just this bell, a whisper from a forgotten past. You search for clues, a name, a story, a record. There's nothing. The official history is silent, but this bell suggests another story. One not written in books, but carried across oceans. What journey brought it here? A merchant? A laborer? A family seeking new life? The bell offers only questions. It challenges our understanding of the nation's past, hinting at unseen currents of migration and faith. Sometimes, history survives not in monuments, but in objects left behind, humming with memory. This bell is the first breadcrumb on a trail into the unknown. Hindu migration is a global story, but Papua New Guinea is a curious blank spot. While Indian communities flourished in Fiji and Southeast Asia, New Guinea remained untouched by large-scale settlement. Yet, powerful Hindu-Buddhist empires like Srivijaya and Majapahit once brushed New Guinea's shores. The Arafura Sea was a highway, not a barrier. Traders exchanged goods and perhaps beliefs. Imagine a Makassar merchant, carrying a Ganesha idol for luck, spending months in a coastal village. He shares stories, leaves a token behind, a small artifact absorbed into local culture. Its meaning fading, but its form preserved. These were not migrations that built temples, but subtle exchanges, cultural DNA left behind, not monuments. The historical record is sparse, focused on trade, not transformation. This is a history of fleeting encounters, not lasting communities. It lived in memories, fading with each generation, leaving only hints and possibilities. The story is not of conquest, but of whispers, traces almost lost to time. What remains are tantalizing clues, and a sense of what might have been, in a place with no memory of it. It's a quiet battle against being forgotten. Why are there no Hindu temples in Papua New Guinea when they stand tall in cities worldwide? The answer lies in migration. The mass movements that built temples in Fiji and Mauritius never reached New Guinea. Colonial powers had other priorities. No critical mass of Hindu migrants ever arrived. Without a community, faith becomes private. Rituals move from public squares to home shelves. The sensory richness of temple life is reduced to quiet, personal moments. Attempts to create shared spaces have faltered. The community is too transient, its roots too shallow. The dream of a temple or cultural center remains just that, a dream. A temple is an anchor, a declaration. We are here. Without it, a community feels invisible. Churches dot the landscape, visible markers of faith woven into national identity. The absence of Hindu temples is not about intolerance, but about a history that never took root. The result is a profound psychological impact, a sense of impermanence and invisibility. In Papua New Guinea, the Hindu story is one of shrines in memory, temples unbuilt. Along the Sepik River, another mystery lingers, one carved in wood and memory. The region's art is world-renowned, its motifs sometimes echoing Southeast Asian, even Hindu-Buddhist styles. War canoes with Makara-like prows, ancestral figures with multiple arms. Are these echoes or coincidence? Most scholars say the similarities are accidental, the result of universal spiritual questions. The Sepik's creativity needs no outside explanation, but the possibility of ancient cultural osmosis remains intriguing. If foreign symbols arrived centuries ago, they were absorbed and transformed. becoming uniquely Sepik. The river keeps its secrets. Its art stands as a silent witness to a past we may never fully unravel. Here, the echoes are faint, but they persist in the patterns of memory and wood. In 2026, the Hindu presence in Papua New Guinea is a fragile flicker. The community is almost entirely first-generation expatriates. Engineers, doctors, educators, business people from India, Sri Lanka and Fiji. Their stay is brief, tied to work contracts. Few families settle for good. This constant churn prevents a stable, rooted community from forming. Culture is expressed in small private gatherings. Diwali in a living room, Holi in a backyard. These moments are warm, but tinged with nostalgia. A reenactment of memory, not a living tradition. Cultural adaptation happens. Hibiscus replaces lotus, yams join rice and dal. But with so few people, adaptation feels like slow dissolution. The younger generation navigates multiple worlds, home, school, the internet, never fully belonging to any. For them, Hinduism is a photograph, not a landscape. The fear is not change, but disappearance. Will anything remain? The question lingers. Which world will they ultimately call their own? In Port Moresby, the glimmer fades, but the longing endures. The search for a Hindu legacy in Papua New Guinea is a search for whispers. We find it in a bronze bell, in speculative links between trade routes and Sepik art, in the solitary devotion of a modern migrant. These are fragments, not grand revelations. The story is defined by absence. No temples, no community, no record. Sometimes, cultural encounters are fleeting, leaving only faint echoes. The modern Hindu story here is one of quiet perseverance, not persecution. It's about being seen, not accepted. Small acts of defiance against invisibility. The clues are too faint to weave a full tapestry, but they hint at a more complex history. The legacy, if it exists, is not written in stone, but carried on the wind and in longing. When you are completely severed from your landscape.